it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, July 24th. So welcome to the new moon in Leo day. Of course, we're going to have the energy building towards this peak potency until 3:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we're going to reach that 2-degree, 9-minute mark of Leo energy, and that is when the new moon will be popping off. But of course, we're coming into the day with the moon still very much in her rulership here in Cancer energy. She did go void, of course, at 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here last evening. And so we will be sitting in this void until 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, when the moon shifts into Leo energy. And then, of course, we're building towards that new moon in Leo. So we have a lot of pause energy. There's a lot of, let's call it, emotional processing coming up. Not only is the moon in her rulership in Cancer energy, but this is like the final review, the final reflection point of what Cancer season was all about, of the past situations, circumstances, attachments that we had to kind of come to a certain term of acceptance about before we can let it go. Now, again, we have both luminaries, the sun and the moon, in their rulerships. Yes, even in this Cancer position in the void, we're still seeing the strength come in our inner realm. Because the sun is in its rulership in Leo energy, the moon in its rulership in Cancer energy, this is kind of the rewiring, the rewriting, if you will, of our inner programming and how it's going to now be fully expressed through the physical body, through the physical ego avatar out in the physical realm. But of course, we're in the dark phase of the moon, so nothing's happening right away. We are going to need to get past this particular new moon activation a couple of days from now, when the moon essentially reemerges in the night sky. That's when we're going to kind of start gaining that clarity, put a lot of this emotional baggage behind us, and definitely start dipping our toe more into what Leo season is all about. So there are 10 different aspects popping off here today. 8 of those aspects are going to involve the moon. The moon in the void is going to get into the boxing ring and fight it out with Chiron, the wounded healer. Of course, this square is highlighting where it is that we're going through growing pains. And this is essentially the emotional programming, the emotional baggage from the past that we are having to reflect and reprocess in order to let that part of us go, so that we can essentially continue to ground and anchor this new version of self in. The Chiron aspect in Aries energy is helping us with this new version of self, with this new identity, if you will, but we have to get rid of the old programming. That is essentially